Hello and welcome to the Lathering channel. I'm your host John, and this shave is coming to you on Thanksgiving Day. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone celebrating. We'll talk a little bit about a few things I'm thankful for this day, but before we get to that part, let me show you what we're going to use for the shave. So first up for the soap, we're going to be using Moon Soap's Union. And that also brings me to the first thing I'm thankful for, and that is all the wonderful artisan soap makers. There are so many artisan soap makers, especially in the US, who are just killing it, especially this past year, despite whatever supply chain issues and roadblocks got put in the way. We have so many options as consumers. We really have an abundance of choices of what to go to, who to support. So just really thankful for the state of wet shaving right now. For my razor, this will be my last shave with the carbon razor with the carbon fiber handle. After putting it through some tests, as well as the stainless steel handle, this carbon fiber setup with the stainless steel head is probably my favorite that I've used from Carbon, and I have Brian Yost, also known as Yost to Coast, to thank for that. Thank you, buddy, for so much for just lending this to me. It's a beautiful razor, and I'm just really happy with how it performs and really thankful for the chance to have been using it these past few weeks. For today's brush, I chose one that pairs really well with the Union Soaps label, and this is from Heritage Collection Shaving. This is the Simon Deluxe 77.4 replica. This is outfitted with a two-band finest badger. Really fantastic brush. Neil is doing a bang-up job, just kind of bringing vintage style brushes at an affordable price and making them available to those who are just really enamored with that old school look. Lastly, for the post shave, we're going with a product I've had my eye on. It comes out once a year, I think in the winter, and that is from Derby City Chop Shop. That is Winter Reserve, their small batch shave tonic. This comes out of Kentucky, and it is made with bourbon and has a bay rum scent. So I'm really looking forward to this. So I did pop the cork on this one just to get an idea of what the scent is like. It is a darker bay rum type scent. In general, I like bay rums, so I'm looking really forward to giving this a go. It's not a matchy as far as scent with Union for Moon Soaps, which is a barbershop style, but it's kind of what I'm in the mood for. It's a Thanksgiving shave, so kind of bay rum. It kind of matches some of the spices from your pumpkin pie and other dishes that you might find on the Thanksgiving table. So we'll be finishing up the shave with this today. Alright, so as I'm doing the face lather, I'm working with 3 days worth of beard growth, and I'm fresh out of the shower. And we can talk a little bit about this scent, Union, as I'm building this lather up. So Moon Soaps, this is in one of their tallow formulas. As of this recording, there are 3 different formulas, soap bases for Moon Soaps. And as I mentioned earlier, Union is a barbershop style scent, and I'll list for you right now the scent notes. Now, as far as scent strength, this is on the lighter side. I would say both in the tub and right now in the building of the lather, I would say it's probably about a 4 out of 10 as far as scent strength. Aside from just a very kind of clean, soapy smell, there's also some cooling I'm getting from the menthol in this soap. Now, menthol is not in all the soaps, mind you, but it is in this one. The cooling is on the more subtle side. It's nothing that's going to freeze your face off, but it's pleasant. The other Moon Soaps I've tried in the past include Sorrento, which is a lovely kind of Italian citrus type scent, kind of great for warm weather. And then Amaretto, which is a great gourmand that kind of reminds me of an almond pastry, as well as kind of that classic cella almond marzipan cherry kind of soap. That one by far has been the strongest of the scent strengths, Amaretto. And I'll say that one still holds as probably my favorite of the moon soaps I've tried. All right, so here we go in for the first pass. All right, so since this shave is dropping on Thanksgiving Day, I thought I'd take this opportunity to share a little bit about what Thanksgiving usually looks like for my family versus what it looks like this year. And it's a holiday that I greatly look forward to. Growing up, it was one where I get together with my cousins, aunts and uncles, grandparents, and we get together for a big feast that would feature way too much food, despite being a fairly large gathering. And the spread would include, your traditional American Thanksgiving fare, which included a turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes. It'd have a bunch of great traditional Taiwanese food and Chinese dishes. And also a plate of sushi and sashimi would inevitably be there as well, which no one complained about. And my family and extended family just absolutely love food. We love talking about food. We love eating food. Many of us enjoy cooking. And just is a great time to catch up. And to further add to that, my cousins were playmates. They were close family that I grew up with. We'd see each other on the weekends, probably on average, like twice a month. And we're all pretty close in age too, within like 4 years. Whether same age or within 4 years of one another. So I know depending on the individual, gatherings with family can be forced, it can be awkward even if you get along with it, but it is something I look forward to either way. But then this year, with the crazy number of cases of COVID and, wanting to help protect the older generation who are obviously more susceptible, more in danger of its effects. Everyone's pretty much staying to their own household, and instead we'll do like a hour long or so Zoom call in the middle of the afternoon. So, although it's not ideal, it's still a good chance to see everyone in some fashion. All that is to say, I am a bit bummed that we won't have this big festive get together. And I think it's all the more important to find this silver lining in this, to stay positive where we can. So on that note, I'd love to hear one thing that you are thankful for. I know this is probably a tradition in some families anyway, around the dinner table, but I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you're thankful for? Doesn't matter how big or small. Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I'm thankful for how technology can at least allow, some semblance, some way of getting together. Despite its shortcomings. I know with the various additions to like Facebook and Instagram, I've definitely got to know certain members of the shaving community better. Whether that's through just being more comfortable with video calls, even there's a function on Facebook in particular where in the Facebook group you can basically open up a live chat room and people can jump in. I don't know what the upper limit is of how many people can fit in, but it's just it's kind of a nice way, face-to-face interaction. It's a small way, I guess, to kind of I'm as far as like extrovert versus introvert, I definitely am lean more on the extrovert side. I get energized by being around people, and so I know that's really been a blessing. That is an option that wasn't there. Before COVID and all that. Now I did mention that cooking is one thing I do enjoy. So I will in fact be making a turkey. This will be my third turkey I've made. And it's just, as far as method, for those of you who are into that kind of stuff, it's wet brined, and it'll just be roasted in the oven. I had played with the idea of spatchcocking it, which is basically cutting the bird so it's basically butterflied open, which kind of leads to much more even cooking. But I don't know, given that it's been very emotionally up and down this week, I'm gonna just keep it simple. Just keeping the bird whole and roasting it in the traditional fashion. The smallest bird I could get, or reserve rather, was like 10 to 12 pounds. So it's I love turkey. I genuinely love turkey. It's not just the tradition of it, but we'll definitely be we'll be doing some contactless drop off, probably on either in the evening or more likely on Friday, and share some of the turkey goodness with some close friends. Ooh, that audio feedback. It's great. It's one great thing I've really come to appreciate about the carbon razor is that audio feedback. I know I mentioned it in a previous shave. Oh, and for those of you who know about my kind of current obsession with bourbon, I haven't 100% decided what bourbon to kind of celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday with, although I'm heavily leaning, because I don't have anything from Wild Turkey, whether it be 101 or or Rare Breed. I do have Russell's Reserve, like a single barrel store pick. Absolutely, I love that bottle. It's about like a third way down, because that's part of the Wild Turkey family. I think that's probably what I'm going to go with, but if you're at all curious what I settle on, be sure to check out my Instagram. I do catalog, sometimes in my stories, sometimes I'll do a short write-up and a post, but I usually catalog that bourbon journey there, as well as my wet shaving stuff. But here we are at the end of the shave, and let's give this a try. So this has a cork. It really reminds the kind of the dip wax, black wax, and cork really reminds me of Knob Creek. Knob Creek was a bourbon that I used in my bourbon unboxing. So some really nice details. A little razor blade DE right there. It is a paper label, so I was warned beforehand to kind of pour from the back, so I don't mess up the label in case you're, I don't know, I do appreciate stuff like that because I do take photos and stuff. So we'll be doing the old thumb limiter. However, it did come with a little pipette, so you can do like, how many drops, but we'll just the old finger stopper. It is, it is fairly dark, a dark liquid, hard to show, but ooh. I do like that scent. And this has been around for a few years, and it's called Winter's Reserve, Derby City Chop Shop. It's one of those things that kind of is in the back of my mind, and when I think of it, it's like either, not in stock, not being made, but it kind of just lined up. I actually saw Nate and Mel mention it on BBS Live, and I'm really glad they mentioned it because I checked the site, and lo and behold, there was some stock ready for purchase. This smells great. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just the right scent strength. I don't usually rate, aftershave scent strength, but for me, it's like above medium, but not too in your face. Yeah, so there's some spiciness there. It's, I don't know. I'll have to come back and use it because I probably want to see how the dry down is. But initially, what I'm just getting from the initial application, I really dig this one. If you like bay rums, I think this is gonna be the winner. All right, so with the shave done, let's do a little recap. That carbon razor, with the carbon fiber handle here, handled. I didn't even really have to think about it. It's really just nimble in the hand. I just really like this thing, and I might have forgotten, but I did load it with a fresh Astra SP blade, which is really the only blade I've been using this go through. I'd used this razor like a year ago and tried some different of my other regular blades, Gillette Silver Blue, Pole Silver. It didn't ever quite feel right, but the Astra pairing is awesome. As far as the Union this scent goes, it's not my favorite, of the three I've tried. It's inoffensive though. I mean, this could easily be, if you like more lightly scented things, especially ones that you can use day in, day out and not get sick of. Union kind of falls in that category. This could be your everyday driver. If you're not overly concerned about scent, you just want something clean, familiar, and again with a little cooling because there's menthol in here. But I enjoy a little something a little more interesting, so I'll stick with this is third as far as Amaretto, Sorrento, and then now Union. So that's where it ranks for me. So all around, I would say successful shave. So that's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Again, if you're celebrating, a very happy Thanksgiving to you. I do want to hear from you. What's one thing you're thankful for? Again, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much. You guys, take care. I'll catch you next time.